Hey everyone, Tom from Fourth and Whitewater Paddlers. How you doing? I'm really excited about the start of paddling season. I'm starting to get all my gear ready for next weekend. Thought I'd put together a quick video just talking about some of the special gear that you might want to have on your boat. You should have on your boat if you're going to be paddling in the spring with the cold waters and the quick water, which we all love. One of the things that at least one person you probably should have is a breakdown paddle. Because someone can break their paddle or lose their paddle. It happens more often than I'd like to admit I've seen. So it's always good if somebody's got an extra one. It's got a breakdown. You just shove it in the back of your boat like that, and one between maybe every 5 or 6 people is a great idea. Another thing that you really should have if you're paddling in the spring is a full face helmet. I've probably seen 5 or 6 people break their teeth without having a full face helmet. There's different styles. This is much more popular than one with a cage, but in any case it gives you a lot more confidence too when you're paddling. You don't have to worry so much if you do flip over that you're going to hit something and damage your pretty face. So definitely have one of those on board. Staying warm in the spring, of course, is really important, and when a lot of people start with paddling, they can't afford or don't want to commit to having a full dry suit, which is the optimum thing to have. Feeling that though, one thing a lot of people use is like a neoprene. This is called a Parmesan. So it just goes on like this, not with no arms, but it does give you some protection and warmth. Definitely, neoprene is warmer than you think. So neoprene really just is wetsuit material, and then over that. Whether you've got to borrow one from a friend or if you purchase one, to have a dry top, because you definitely don't want to be cold paddling. Especially your upper body, you've got to keep that warm. So this is a dry top here as opposed to wetsuit material neoprene. Definitely want to stay warm. On your hands, again, just a lot of people in the warmer weather don't wear anything on their hands, but in the spring you definitely want to keep warm, and these are neoprene mitts. There's neoprene gloves on the market as well. I prefer mitts just because, just like when you're out in the snow, mitts tend to keep your hands warmer than gloves, so definitely protect your hands with that. Some people opt for even, this is a little skull cap. Can you put this on right here? Okay, so that's a little bit more warmth on your head. I don't wear one. I don't like it so much because I find it tends to restrict my hearing, which is really important to be able to communicate on the river. Elbow pads, again, something a lot of people wear, especially when you're doing creeking, which is typical in spring paddling. No one wants to bang up their elbows. So these are actually mountain bike elbow pads that I got. I like them. They're a little bit smaller than some of the ones that are specially made for whitewater paddling, but they're more flexible and they let me move better. So definitely, it's a good investment there. The footwear. Actually, a couple of years ago, I was paddling with a guy in the spring. I didn't know him. He joined our group. He didn't really have anything on his feet, and he ended up cutting his feet when he swam. When he was out of his boat. Could have been rocks, could have been sticks, I don't know. But whatever you do, you want to have something good on your feet. Good meaning that you've got some good solid tread on it for when you're scouting rapids, or if you do end up swimming, to keep your feet safe, and some protection for the sides of your feet. So definitely want to have that. Just moving on to the boat itself, some things that we need in here. Somebody in your crew should have a first aid kit. This is one I put together just in an Nalgene type bottle. It's really great. You can just use a carabiner and hook it into your boat. Just got the basics in there for someone if they're injured on the river. Water, which you should have in any season. And these are float bags. If you end up you're out of your kayak and someone's got to rescue your boat for you, it's a lot easier for them if there's a couple of float bags in there, which makes the boat not sink really, and they can have an easier time getting it to shore. And these float bags like that. This is an all-season thing too. This is a throw bag. You want to have one of those for a bunch of reasons, and there's one sort of maxim with using a throw bag is if you've got a throw bag, you should have a knife too, because if you need to cut a rope and you need to cut the rope quickly, as is usually the case if you're using a rope, you want to have something to do that with. That just fits in like that. this into my PFD. That's basically the thing. I didn't want to make this a really long video. I just want to hit on some of the basic things that you want to have. And by the way, this is my boat. This is my creek boat. It's used primarily in springtime when you're doing kayaking, where you're going to be into situations with rockier, maybe higher volume water. And you can see, compared to, this is a play boat here, a smaller boat. It's probably half the size, half the weight. So if you're going to be doing spring paddling, I'd advise to have a bigger boat really than a smaller boat. You might use it at the time of year. And just one last thing I wanted to say is that served me well in kayaking is it's the rule of 5. Besides all the rest of the equipment, before you leave your house, make sure you've got 5 things. If you've got the 5 things, you'll probably end up okay. You want to have your spray skirt, you want to have your paddle, you want to have your helmet, you want to have your PFD, and of course, you want to have your boat. And it sounds kind of funny, sounds kind of basic, but myself included, I've seen many times where people show up at the put-in and they don't have all 5, and they're really in trouble. But anyways, hope to see you on the river. Stay safe. And last plug, just for our club, if you're in Central Ontario, it's Kawartha Whitewater Paddlers. We're online. Our website's kwpclub.ca, and we're also on Facebook. So see you later. Thanks for watching.